Hello and welcome back to Bookmark Chronicles. Today I am doing the Jan-uary Book Tag. This was created by Jan at Jan Agaton and I was tagged by Dasha. So I will leave a link to both of their videos in the description below. It's kind of late at night and I've been thinking that I want to film all day, but then was like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. But now I've decided to do it, so this is gonna be pretty quick and to the point. First question is, what was the last and first book you read in 2021? That's a good question. What was the first book that I read? Let me pull up my 2021 spreadsheet. I know for a fact that the last book that I read was Girls of Fate and Fury. My review of that should be up by now. It was okay. It was 3 stars. I was just glad the trilogy was over, to be totally honest. My first read of 2021 was Shadow and Bone, unfortunately. So, also a 3-star read. We didn't start in on the greatest of notes, but it's fine. Plenty of great reads throughout the year though, I will say that. Question number 2 is, what is your first read this year? So what I thought was gonna be my first read was a DNF. And then what I actually read first was A Song of Storms and Silence by Rosanna Brown, which is the sequel to A Song of Wraiths and Ruin, and it was really good. I gave it 4.5 stars. I liked it better than the first book, so that was a great way. Well, not a great way to start, since the first was DNF, but it got better, so it's fine. Question number 3, share 3 of your reading goals this year. 3 reading goals. My first is to read 52 books. Next is to spend the next 6 months focusing on the books that I have on my shelves right now. And another one is I'm going to do the 12 recommendations in 12 months, except I'm going to do 12 recommendations in 6 months. I'm not going to do those until the second half of the year because I don't think I own any of the books on that list except for one. So that will be my focus for the second half of the year. But right now I need to get my own TBR down, and I actually need to count and see how many I have now. I've gotten rid of quite a few, but I also got some new ones for Christmas, so. Plus my birthday's coming up. More books will be bought. Share 3 of your most anticipated titles. I'm assuming this means for releases this year. And I don't have a ton of releases for this year because I'm very behind on what's coming out and what I need to read because I have so many things that I haven't read yet. But one thing that is coming out this year that I'm really excited for is A Blind King's Wrath. It is the final book in the Burnt Empire saga. First book in that trilogy is Upon a Burning Throne, which I raved about last year. It was one of my favorite reads, one of my top 3 reads, which is a big deal. I do have the second one. I haven't started it yet. I'm probably gonna read it next month, hopefully, so that I can read the arc of the 3rd one. So that's definitely the highest on my priority list. There are a lot of things coming out this year that are sequels, and I haven't read the first book. So that is a thing. I'm finally gonna read Legendborn. Ooh, I think the sequel to Trading Secrets will be coming out this year, hopefully. That was a really good book. I really hope we get a release date soon because I need to know what happens, and I know that it's gonna be a trilogy, so there's so many things that have to happen before it's over. Question number 5, which goals did you reach or not reach last year? So last year I exceeded my reading goal by quite a bit. My goal was 45 and I read 72 books. So that's great. I did also say last year that I wanted to read what I have on my TBR and I didn't really. No, I just didn't. I don't have an excuse for it. So we'll see how that goes this year. I'm actually trying this year, so we'll see. As far as other goals, a lot of the goals that I had were just to read different things that were on my shelf. So like in addition, I wanted to read like all the books that I have by Jodi Picoult, which I actually have started doing. I'm reading one of them right now. It's kind of sad. I'm only 4 chapters in and so much has happened in this book already, but we'll see how it goes. And I know a plot twist is coming because that's what she does, but okay. Question number 6, are there new releases this year that you've heard of that you have no desire to read? Where do I begin? Isn't the second book in the Sarah J. Maas's adult series coming out? The first one is Crescent City, right? That second book is coming out. The cover is so ugly. Oh my god. Other releases that I don't care about. I heard Holly Black has another book coming out. Never read her series. Yeah, I'm sure there's some other thing. Whatever. 7, what are some reading habits you want to change this year, if any? I don't really think I have any habits that I want to change. I think I read enough of what I want to read enough of, you know, like I definitely read majority BIPOC authors in any given month. I DNF when I feel the need to DNF, clearly, as that's how we started the year. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything I need to change. I'm gonna keep trying to read romance, or to find romances that I like specifically. Although I do have a little romance shelf now, look at that, who would have thought. But other than that, I don't really think there's anything else that I need to do. Plus, I'm also doing my research capstone for grad school, and there's so much reading and so much work and so many long ass stupid videos that I have to watch. So I'm just gonna enjoy reading what I want to read. Question number 8, are there any adaptations you're excited about? So the day that I am filming this is the day that we got to see the new cast members for Shadow and Bone season 2. I am very excited. They are doing a very good job with casting, I will say that, even though there are some things that should have been addressed, I feel like. I do have a whole video talking about the first season of Shadow and Bone. So far, I think that Wylan is adorable. That kid's like 26 and he looks like a child. Talia and Tamar, I think, are going to be amazing. I love them in the book. There's like a fan art picture that was going around with Nikolai last year, and I feel like the guy that they cast as him looks like him. So hopefully he brings that personality that we love Nikolai for. Hopefully they also, you know, maybe address the unnecessary racism that they added to the show. Just a thought. But yeah, I guess that's the adaptation that I'm looking forward to, that I know that has a release date. We also found out that Children of Blood and Bone is getting adapted by Paramount. Ray Bear is getting a Netflix adaptation. Beasts of Prey is getting an adaptation, but I don't think there are dates for any of those just yet. Favorite bookish memory of last year? Live shows, I would say. I did live shows with Robin and Dasha about the Grishaverse. We also had a few reading sprints for our readathon. I also did live shows with Rachel for her Feminist AF book club. I did 2 with her, and then I did a hot takes live show with Heather, which was really fun. In the live show with Heather and Jess and Izzy, I felt like I got invited up to the big leagues. I had a great time with them. It was a really fun discussion, and of course it was hot takes, so I had a ton to say. So that was a really good time. I think anything that involves actually being able to talk in real time with my bookish friends is like the best thing ever. And then the last question is carryovers from last year that you still plan on finishing. So if I start something, I'm not really gonna put it down and come back to it later. Are there books that I wanted to read last year that I didn't get to? Yes, that is a whole different thing. But as far as things that I started in 2021 that I want to finish in 2022, that's not something that I do. If I'm gonna start a book and it's something that I'm interested in, I'm gonna finish it. I can't leave things unfinished. The planner in me just can't do that. So no carryovers. So those are all the questions for the Jan-uary book tag. I'm not going to tag anyone, but if you see this and you feel compelled to do it, go right ahead. Consider yourself tagged. Otherwise, that is all I have for you today, and I'll see you in the next video.